Just before we get into this one, major spoilers ahead for Dead by Daylight's next chapter. If you don't want anything to be spoiled, I suggest you click off now. Anyway, hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. With today I am discussing the incredible amount of leaks that was leaked yesterday. That was the trailer for the new killer, the roadmap. I won't be discussing it all in this video, but I will be analyzing the killer trailer just to predict what their power is going to be and sort of try to get a wrap around what it is. So for those that haven't seen all the leaks, this is what the Singularity is going to look like. That's the next killer coming in. If you don't know what the Singularity, the word itself means, it basically just means technology is bad now. And yeah, this is the killer. Anyway, I've spoken enough now. Let's take a look at this trailer. Credit goes to DVD Leaks for the trailer leak itself. I'm reacting to their trailer from their channel, so their link will be in the description. Thank you. Alright, so I'm getting this from the official DVD Leaks YouTube channel, just so you guys know. But yeah, so this is the official leak trailer. Alright, just from this, it definitely looks like this would be the landscape of a new map, just because if not, this is so much effort just for a trailer. And if it is, it's gonna be sick. Obviously, this does not look at all like anything like other maps. You got a red skybox, which I guess kind of reminds me of like Yamaoka Estate, kind of. There's redness all over the sky, but that's a really cool looking. I'm gonna assume it's like some type of sun. You can see something else there. It just looks very out of this world. So I'm gonna assume alien planet and possible map, because it's a lot of effort to go through just for a trailer.
It wasn't programmed to harm the crew. It was supposed to help us build a safer home, but...
Okay, that's very bright. Secondly, this guy here is our new survivor. His name is Gabriel Soma, I believe. And, if what I'm hearing is correct...
It was supposed to help...
Yeah, this is him talking, I'm gonna assume. Anyway, so if he's talking... Could we possibly get voice lines like we do for Ash, Jill, Rebecca, all the Resident Evil characters? Because that'd be pretty cool.
Help us build a safer home, but something happened. It became self-aware.
Alright, so yeah, the idea of self-aware technology, interesting. And then this giant nutsack that lands on this side of rock. That's pretty cool.
It has no empathy.
Okay, so I'm guessing this is the crew that he was talking about. They are very dead. Possibly.
It doesn't feel pain.
So yeah, there's a generator here, so I'm just gonna go through the fact that this is a new map. Cool. So interestingly enough, the killer has projectiles, and they look like this. I'm not 100% sure how they work logistically, but or lore-wise for that matter. But they... I don't know, they're like turrets, I believe. So they launched these. They launched littler versions of themselves. So what I'm going to assume is that you place these down, if you fire them at an area, and then you can control them. Kind of like if you guys have ever played the video game Rainbow Six Siege, with Zero's Argus cameras, kind of like how you shoot them, and then you can almost like maneuver them and then fire them in a way. Because other than that, it seems to be shooting by itself. The way it kind of like looks like it works is proximity activated by survivors, and then it will target them and fire projectiles at it until it itself runs out of mass to provide, because it does look like the ball sack itself looks like whenever it fires, it gets smaller. At least that makes sense to me. It will get smaller and smaller and smaller until it can no longer fire, and it just dissolves, goes back to the killer, they get another token back for their power or whatever. That's kind of what it reminds me of. When it shoots, it gives me that idea. But there's no sign of the killer here, so this is either for, you know, dramatic effect, or the killer's aiming it, or who knows. Another thing, it can attach itself to survivors. So this kind of reminds me of the Claw Trap Skull Merchant, the way it like sticks on here. but I'm going to assume you're going to be able to lethalize this one a lot more. I don't know if that's a word, but make it more, I'm going to kill you instead of, now I know where you are.
It learns at an impossible rate, and it won't stop until we are dead. Or worse.
This is the new Survivor. Pretty cool. I like his futuristicness. His suit on. His futuristic suit on. But yeah. And also the way he says we're going to be dead or worse, I'm just going to assume it alludes to the entities realm. And if it doesn't, then I don't fucking know. Maybe I don't know, this thing on his back is going to slowly turn him into a machine. I highly doubt that they have the funding for that, but it is an anniversary chapter, so who knows. Again, using the flashlight for actual horror effect, so much cooler than just blinding someone. And that's our boy, the giant robot, fuck you, or the singularity. He does look quite intimidating, and just from this scene here, it's almost like one of those little ball things has almost like evolved into him. He's got these like blue veins. Oh, you know what this reminds me of? The leaked banner that got leaked with all the blueness and the skulls and shit. I think that's what that reminds me of, just the blue side. But yeah, so this here definitely seems to be some type of locked on, kind of like the Skull Merchant's claw trap, but not on the shoulder, on the back. And who knows, maybe if this is on you, then the killer can like detect you with killer instinct, kind of like how Legion does, or possibly even use it as like a way to teleport to you. But I don't know, because that would be very overpowered. This killer does look very sick. I mean, it's obviously like majority machine, but it also looks very, almost like a biomutant from Resident Evil, kind of. Like it looks like it's wearing the goggles from the Outlast trials, if I'm being honest. But it is it's very cool, and I'm quite excited to see what they do with the skins. So yeah, that was the trailer. So my initial thoughts on it is that this is a range killer, like Deathslinger, Huntress, all those. The ability, I'd say, probably consists of they can use their little grappling hook arm thing to fire projectiles at surfaces that it's applicable to stick to, and then it can either set it up as a manual turret where it will launch itself at survivors, possibly if it hits them once, allowing killer instinct and detection range. And if it hits them again, kind of like Artist Crows, damages them. But that's the AI, or alternatively, you can put one down and then control it, and then when you hit a survivor with that, it costs them a health state and latches, I'm just going to call it a nutsack, onto them. And that will slowly hinder them, and then eventually, I guess, turn them into this. I'm not going to say it's going to turn them into anything other than a survivor, but turn them into this slow, weak variant of what they once were. So like hinders them, forces like bleeding, and blah blah blah, injures them, does all that. That's my final thoughts on this killer. I don't know how correct I'll be. I guess we'll see on May 23rd, as that's the leaked official PTB day, which I will indeed be recording, and it'll be up as fast as I can. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and let me know your thoughts down below, and I hope you guys have an incredible day or night depending on where you are. Make sure to tickle that fucking subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.